What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Pokemaniacs channel, and welcome to a new episode of Use Chatter. And today, as you guys know, it's Pokemon Day. Happy Pokemon Day to all of you guys listening and watching. But once again, I'm here with Jared and Chris, who are above me. And yeah, today, we're just going to be very honest. We just watched the Pokemon Direct, and overall, we're very excited. However, we're going to break it down into a couple sections, and we're going to finish it off with a little which one we like the most type thing. But anyway, we're going to start it off with, honestly, let's start off with the easier stuff to talk about. Let's start off with Pokopia real quick. I'm really excited for Pokopia. I was a really big fan of Animal Crossing. However, I did tend to get bored of Animal Crossing just because it kind of died off. But I feel like you can get a really good story with Pokopia, especially now with legendaries in it, or more of legendaries in it, and having more openness instead of just an island. Like, you're able to build stuff, you're able to, like, grow things, like, a lot more of. You're allowed to, like, build, not just, like, change the land. You're able to build, like, Minecraft, but you have the game mechanics of Animal Crossing in it, so I'm all for it. And also with Rotom now, DJ Rotom, that's actually kind of cool.
I think the official name is Stereo Rotom.
Stereo Rotom, yeah. But in game, it's like DJ Rotom. So we have a new form, so that's kind of cool. We might see that in Gen 10. But that's really exciting. I think my favorite part is that there's more Pokemon still to be confirmed, and it's coming out next week. So I think that's my favorite part.
I'm really just curious. And I think I said this during the Direct, but I just need more information on the game before I make the decision if I even want to get it or not, because I'm hoping it's like Minecraft or even like Terraria or Animal Crossing for that matter, where all the worlds are like randomly generated. I feel like, because like it said you can visit other people's like towns and stuff, but like they never confirmed or denied, or they didn't really say anything about whether it was random like seeds for different worlds or if it was procedurally generated. So I'm hoping that's something they at least confirm. Prop Hunt looks fun though. I will say
we got Gmod in Pokemon before GTA 6.
That looks super fun. Whether I'm gonna get I don't think I'm gonna get the game day one. I'm gonna wait out on it just a little and see. It could, if there is any randomly generated worlds, and if there is, I think I'll at least try the game through totally legal means and see how it is. In any case, I don't know, like the champion stuff was also just super cool. Still a little vague on some of the information. I don't know if we're getting like every mega in the game.
There was something I wanted to say about Pokopia real quick. I wanted to talk about Pokopia.
Go for it.
So you were leading onto something, Chris, but you have to remember that we learned as of that Nintendo Treehouse presentation, which by the way I thought was like, it was okay. What we did learn though is it has multiplayer through online and local. So I think multiplayer could be a big seller for the game, and quite honestly, after what we saw today in the Pokemon Presents, I actually think I can see a reality where this is a big seller. As crazy as that's going to sound, I actually see a reality where this is a big seller. We got a glimpse as to what a fully developed land looks like. We got images of, well, not images, but we got shots of like they built like an entire Ditto. They had an entire room full of like Pokemon items and such that didn't look pixelated. They didn't look like super pixelated. I think for me, this is a game I'm not like totally sold on it, because I feel like it's just the genre of it where it's like you start with nothing and you have to create, and like you're like kind of games like Harvest Moon, Minecraft, etc. Those are not really my types of games that I like to play. However, I'm not going to say that I'm like against it. There's a reality where I like it enough to where I want to purchase it. That's still on the table. I think being able to visit other people's towns and such is a necessary feature. I feel like if it didn't have that, that would be bad. And honestly, after today, I am much more fond, aside from the pre-order bonus, which is pretty pitiful. I am more fond of Pokopia after today. I will admit that.
I'm more excited for the plant because you can Gmod your way into being a freaking plant and hide in a corner. I can't wait for that.
All right, so now, Chris, we can go on to Pokemon Champions.
Yeah, Pokemon Champions.
Yeah, Champions.
Which
Need to see more. It looks really fun though because it looks like it's like a traditional kind of Pokemon game from what gameplay we could even tell. I'm kind of curious because there's compatibility with Fire and Leaf Green, and that has generations 1 through 3 in terms of the Pokemon. So I think they'll at least be in there. All the Mega Evolutions will probably or more than likely be there. Maybe everything aside from the DLC Mega Evolutions will be there. And then everything else is up in the air. They didn't really clarify. They did say there was home compatibility, but
we did get clarification though on a few things.
I'm sorry, Gen 10's the thing. Honestly,
Yeah.
that I am most
Yeah, that's
about.
the
Like
thing.
that's everything else is kind of just like fucking whatever. I am Gen 10.
Did
Looks
get more information through like not necessarily like a press release style format, but we did learn more things about champions, like or hate. So from what I'm seeing, there is a battle pass in the game.
Okay, that's the paid. That's the fun. I honestly don't care
There's a
about
battle
that.
pass.
You play the
And
game,
through
you
battle
level up.
pass,
It makes
you are
people play the
earning
game.
Mega Stone through the battle pass.
Oh, that part has to be free then.
I'm hoping it's free.
If it's not, that's very bad.
That's
I think
a
that's the
problem if it's
only
not,
way I
because
will not
then
be supporting it.
That means the greatest Pokemon player of all time might have to actually pay money to be the greatest, and I don't agree with that concept.
No, that's
on paper
basically
just
paid.
sounds horrible. If you're making like the best player pay to like actually
To be
have
the GOAT.
access, it's kind of
I hate that.
Yeah.
That better not be the case.
I mean, they could also do the TCG route of TCG Live, where you play the game. It's completely free, and you just basically get rewarded as you play, which is not bad. But if you have to pay to win to get like both Mewtwo's, like Zygarde and all that extra stuff, that's
going to be
suck.
very problematic.
Yeah, that would make it one of the worst games. But however, like from what we saw from Champions, I'm kind of excited because that's the new ranked. It's no longer based on like the
current
Scarlet
mainline
Violet, Winds Waves, stuff like that. So it's like I'm kind of glad because they're actually going to start putting more effort into the games rather than just putting half the game mechanics into online play, which I'm very excited about.
That being said, in terms of like gimmicks, I really only, from what I could tell, because there was like they did combine a ton of footage, but I really only saw Mega Evolutions. I didn't really see any other of the gimmicks.
Yeah, we didn't see Gigantamax and we didn't see Z moves.
Yeah, I mean,
I think there'll be like different, like there might be like something like Galarian forms or whatever, but
they have to be in there. I feel like.
I mean that's basically a new Pokemon. I feel like all the Pokemon are going to be in it eventually, but I feel like the game mechanics they're going to release like the Battle Pass with the Battle Pass theme, but it's a free Battle Pass, so like you get like maybe
you have
there's going to be
like
18 types or something like that. So I mean,
so you have like a free Battle Pass, then you have like paid tiers.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to make a paid tier. I don't know how they're going to work that. But they're going to have to reward no money spent players, which sounds very weird for a Pokemon game. I mean, there's a battle pass for Unite. There's battle passes for everything else, but you don't have to pay for them. Like, you get stuff, but you don't get all the cosmetics.
Unite does have like the paid currency.
Yeah.
Where some of the tiers you do actually like have to pay for the items, but you don't have to pay to like get to the very end of the pass. Yeah. It's just that like, oh, if you paid money, you're gonna get extra rewards for this tier, for that tier, for that tier.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't like the buying side of the battle pass, but I do like the idea of like a level up system.
I'm genuinely worried though. I'm worried that they're gonna lock Mega Stones behind paying money. That's going to be a really...
But I mean, are you really going to be spending time... Like, as you, like, occasionally, are you going to sit down and play this game for, like, 5 hours a day? It's just ranked Pokemon.
If it has a ranked mode, somebody will. If it has a ranked mode and, like, a ladder, a leaderboard.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, but I'm saying you personally. I'm just asking you personally. Would you sit down, like, for, like, every day for 5 hours?
No, I don't think I'm
Like
gonna
you would
play
play
for
like
5
maybe
hours
2
more.
or 3. Like me and the Pokemon TCG Live, I only
If I'm
played 2 or
really
3 games a
enjoying
game.
myself, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm on the same boat with you, Jared. Chris, what about you? Do you think you'll sit down and play that game a lot?
In terms of how much I would actually be playing it, really, as I said, it kind of depends on how much they add. Like, if they have Z moves, if they have Dynamax, if they have the other gimmicks in, I think I'd be more inclined because Mega Evolutions is still like really good. Like, I love Mega Evolutions, but
But it's just one.
but
One
I feel
mechanic.
like they might have the issue that they had with Pokemon Unite in the fact that from what you guys were saying is that there's paid content, extra paid content, and I'm not really a fan of that with Pokemon. Like that's something I feel like I've always personally been critical of Pokemon about because when you have to pay to get extra Pokemon or extra shit, like
Extra
it
mechanics
is
that should
not
be free.
it's not fun. I'd rather have the game, give me the game for like $60 and I can unlock shit as I go along. Like I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
but like but the fact that there's home compatibility is at least a good sign. Especially with like Fire Red and Leaf Green too. Like I was kind of surprised.
Should we segue into Fire Red Leaf Green?
Yeah, let's do it.
It'll be a little short, but
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
very short clip.
It's going to be very short.
I believe Jared told me this before recording. If you want to, Jared, you can take the floor with early post game.
Okay, so after the Pokemon Presents, I did a little bit of digging, and we did learn a few more things about the Fire Red and Leaf Green port. So the game came out, and somebody from Japan did a speed run of the game, a little over 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm not too sure what the world record is, but the bottom line is that he beat the game in 2 hours and 30 minutes. And once you beat the Elite Four and get into the Hall of Fame in this port, we have learned that you get the Aurora ticket and the Mystic ticket. Is that a clip? I didn't realize. You know what's crazy, Chris? You know what's crazy?
What?
Would you be pissed off if you got the 2 tickets from from getting to the Hall of Fame and not a mystery gift? Because maybe he's upset about Deoxys.
I don't think I'd be annoyed at it. But the fact that I don't remember getting it at the end of the game itself after you beat the Elite Four.
It used to be mystery gift. Like it was like timed events. But now they are not timed events. Is this a timed event though?
Quick time event.
Is this a timed event though?
I'm wondering though, they didn't specify in the direct whether XD Gale of Darkness will have compatibility with Fire Red or Leaf Green or
I
not.
feel like if they're because now I start to wonder it because if that's through Switch Online is a completely different application. And Fire Red and Leaf Green are their own standalone titles on the eShop. So I feel like it would be very hard to have connectivity between the two.
The thing is that it was possible, like with the 3DS, to like transfer and trade Pokemon, like without the cables. So I'm trying to think if there's a possibility they can do the same without the GBA link cable, for Fire Red and Leaf Green for the for with the GBA player.
Gotcha.
I'm just trying to because it's probably tedious, but it's possible. Like
I feel like it would be hard at this point to have the connectivity. I don't know.
I'm more genuinely surprised though that they didn't announce like the other Gen 1 through 3 games as like their own separate standalone things. I really thought they would do something with that. That was one thing.
I feel like this
Let's say
would have been the
Shadow
time to
Drop.
do it. So is it a sign though that like maybe it could still happen in like a year? Because I mean, how long would it take to develop a port like that? Like, shouldn't that only take like 6 or 7 months if it's a direct port?
Only thing they would really have to take time with is the only thing they'd have to take time with really is just if they want to do the online compatibility. That's really the only thing they would need. Especially that they already have the ports existing on the 3DS. I don't think it would be that difficult to like just transfer. Like I really don't. But if we're talking about something like the DS and like the DS games, it might be a little more complicated just because they haven't done that, and that includes online trading, which maybe it might be a little easier, but like the DS games have so many event Pokemon in them that I don't know how they would do the event distribution, whether it be like they would just put it baked into the game, or if they would.
I think at this point you bake it into the game with what we're seeing with Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Maybe.
But I feel like if they do it through Switch Online, it's probably direct. It's like a direct port. But if it's something like putting it on the eShop as standalone, like Fire Red or Leaf Green, they might just built it in the game, and like all the event items are just there for you to get whenever.
Because I can't imagine the older Pokemon games that all have like the 2D Pokemon games. At least the first 3 generations, they have very similar code. I couldn't imagine it being like super difficult to like re-implement stuff, especially if they were able to like put in the Deoxys stuff back into this game for Fire Red and Green. Like I really could, if they're able to do that, they can do really anything else.
When do you, on a rough basis, when do you think Gale of Darkness comes out to Switch Online? Are you going to say next week, the week after, third week of March?
Do you want me to? So, if I was to give a serious answer, I'd say probably maybe early March, maybe next week, because that's when that's like when Pokopia is coming out. But if you want me to give like a funny answer, I'll say March 10th, which is Mario Day. You could have like a 2-in-1 right there. Which I am hoping we get new information on a 3D Mario game, which is a real irrelevant to what we're talking about, but like
I think there's a chance it happens. I think there's a chance.
I feel like Nintendo can do a little trolling sometimes. So like, just to say Pokemon can't, because they've shadow dropped shit before.
I was honestly thinking they were going to shadow drop Gale of Darkness. I really did.
Yeah, because like they showed it for like 5 seconds in the GameCube announcement trailer and never talked about it since. And it's just like, well, okay, what do we do from here? I did find more memes of while we've been waiting.
We're gonna hold off on Gen 10 until Joe gets back.
Do you think he's gonna get back? Because I'm gonna just say I don't know.
Chris.
No. In terms of like the actual post discussion, like I don't know if it's gonna be done tonight. Because I know you have to leave at 6, but I don't know how long Joe's gonna be out for. That's all. So I see nothing about like the gecko starter really being talked about.
The water type one.
All I see is funny dog or angry bird. Apparently Flamigo is reportedly the second most Google searched Pokemon in the US over the last three years due to people misspelling flamingo.
Flamingo.
Yeah.
That's funny. I needed that. I just got taxes.
Did you keep the recording? All right, let's get to our Generation 10 portion of the discussion.
Wait, first of all, what did I miss? Like in general, like
Fire Red, I'll give you the summary. So for Fire Red and Leaf Green, Japanese players did a speed run of the game.
No, I know.
Once he got to
the
Hall of Fame, he got the Aurora ticket and the Mystic ticket, which is the events for Deoxys and Ho-Oh and Lugia. And then we also learned that you can soft reset the game while you're playing. If you press A, B, Y, and X, you get a complete soft reset. So that makes shiny hunting substantially easier.
And then while you were shiny Porygon coming my way.
And then while you were gone, me and Chris talked for a few minutes on Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, wondering why it wasn't Shadow Drop, but we also think that it's coming out very, very soon, as in like 1 to 2 weeks.
Do you guys think it's going to have home compatibility?
So my theory is no, because Gale of Darkness is through the Switch Online app, and that's a separate application, whereas Fire Red and Leaf Green are eShop downloads, and then Pokemon Home is also like an eShop download. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's
improbable. In a way.
It's improbable.
All right, and then your guess if we're going to get Ruby Sapphire down the line. Maybe even Emerald. As a digital release. Okay.
Yeah, because we were talking about... Yeah. just like there's a chance that they could do the first 3 generations.
Okay. I completely agree on
Generation 10 time?
that. Yep, Generation 10 time. Alrighty. As you guys know, Winds Waves has been officially announced. And the starters are out. And we got Islands, Regular Sea, and Deep Sea.
Yeah.
I'll say this right here, right now. I will admit, I was not excited for this generation just because of the names. And I didn't like the idea of Islands because of Alola. Alola gave me a bad taste in my mouth. That sounds very bad out of topic. And, thank you, Chris.
It reminds me of the game reminds me of Hoenn, like in a good way. Like
Yeah.
I've been seeing memes from the Pokemon company itself too, where they say too much water to like the reveal of this game. I'm like,
That's funny because that actually happened.
Yeah, and that happened with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. It's
I forget who wrote the review.
IGN. It was 7.8 out of 10. Too much water. I think what I'm excited for about this game is just like, honestly, this game looks really good. Like, I want to see more of it. Like, of all the things that they showed in the direct, like I had expectations a little low for this game because, I liked Scarlet and Violet, but like the performance in the beginning had me a little turned off from the game. But like the first thing that they show is the windmill at like 60 frames per second. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, because as long as like the gameplay is fun and there's no performance issues, graphics is a whole other can of worms. But like everything looks pretty good. The water especially just looks
there's huge differences when you look at the water between the two games.
Incredible. Like this game looks insane. And like I said earlier, I was not excited for these games, but now with everything released, not even including the starters, just the game looks and how the characters look, holy crap, this game looks like a lot of fun. I'm on the train. Like, I don't even care. Like, I was a little upset that it's out in 2027, but after thinking about it, I'm excited. Like, it's only an extra year.
More likely it is to be better.
It's only an extra year. There's a chance it comes out March or January. There's a small chance, but it's probably coming out in November of next year. But I don't mind. If it looks that good already, sign me up. I don't care. I'll wait. I'll pre-order it right now.
The starters are also like, so at first I was kind of baffled at the starters, but the more I started kind of looking at like the starters, they all actually look pretty good. Like the designs look actually like they're all unique, but like I feel like just all the memes I've seen already like kind of makes me like the starters. Like,
some of those memes are really like even I was laughing, and it's hard to make me laugh at times.
And now this is because like I don't know, like I look at the stars and I'm like, these are actually kind of decent designs, and like it's not Generation 8 star designs, which is already like a leg up. You already got a leg up. God,
cue the
there's
montage.
just so. I don't know. I feel like this game just looks really good too. As previously mentioned, there's actual moving and like transforming clouds as well.
It looks real life. It looks realistic in a way.
In a way, the character designs for the actual people, they are not the Gen 9 designs. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, it's really better.
As long as we get character customization, I think we're on the right foot, because Gen 9's character customization actually was it sucked. Like I think the issue is that you were in your school uniform, you can only change like the hats or whatever. I'm like,
you can change the seasonal hats, and then you get the DLC uniforms, and they suck too.
But the fact that you need DLC to even get like a change of a costume actually pisses me off. I want it in the game. It's like in the base game itself. So
the only cool thing about character customization in general without buying DLC was Daft Punk. That was it. You get Daft Punk helmets, and that was it. Then the DLC
Even
came
then.
around, and it was still Daft Punk took over.
So I guess what I'm hoping for this game is just like I don't know. The underwater mechanics, I'm wondering what they'll do with, because I don't know how battles will look underwater, if that makes any sense. Because in the 2D games, when you use dive, you just kind of like be riding on the Pokemon and run into it. So I don't know how it would work for this game. Maybe you get like scuba diving gear, but
That's
the
my
train.
prediction.
But then I'm also confused because then the trainers have hoverboards. So I'm like,
Yeah, we
Maybe
did
land
learn
traversal.
that.
Maybe there's like a
Maybe when
dive
you're
feature.
underwater, maybe when you're in a deep ocean, maybe it's first person.
Maybe
oh, that'd be sick.
that would be weird. A first person Pokemon game. That would be insane.
Well, maybe you can choose between third person or first person.
Third or first?
I did hear
Like they
there's
allow you to choose on the fly.
yeah, that would be cool. One
Well,
thing I
if
do
it's
want to
gonna
bring
be,
up. Oh, sorry, Chris. You
yeah.
go.
No, go ahead. I've been yapping.
I heard that they are working on in-game whatchamacallit, voice acting. I hear there's a rumor going around
Oh,
that
I
there's
hope
voice
to
acting.
God that they are.
Whoa!
I hope to God that they are.
I like they're gonna get a potato to
Wait.
do it. It's gonna be like fucking Sans, and that's all we're gonna get. Or it's gonna be like
We need
the
voice
Charlie Brown
acting.
people.
We need it. After Legends ZA, we need voice acting.
Yes, that oh.
Yeah.
The Switch 2 saved the gameplay, but the game was already dead to begin with without the voice acting. It needed voice acting so bad.
It just wasn't a great first impression with the opening like scene, you know.
The first 3 hours of the game, no, you don't. No, it sucked. And then playing the game for the first 2 years or 3 years now, nothing. It was just mid. And then the Switch 2 came out, made the game actually be playable, but the game still sucked for new players because there's no voice acting. It was very choppy.
Scarlet and
slow.
Violet, day one, it was rough. It really was.
So I think we'll get voice acting, maybe. If they're gonna do voice acting, the thing is they already have a huge pool of voice actors to pull from with Pokemon Masters alone. Like there is so many options. Or even from the Pokemon anime, like the actors from the Pokemon anime. And it's like they clearly have like a good budget with how much money they spend on merchandise. They could totally do voice acting. And with how the game looks, they might have the budget to actually do it. So I'm hopeful, but like I'm also cautiously optimistic as well.
Yeah. We have to at this point. We've been through the grinder for how long? And now we're getting teased with all this extra stuff after years. I don't trust it. The cake, I still believe the cake is a lie. Like at this point.
So here's what I can say that hasn't already been said about what we saw of Generation 10 today. I think one of the highlights that I think I'm not seeing many people have the take on, neither of you mentioned it either. Environments. We saw like not like a volcano, but like a magma cavern area.
Yeah.
We saw a lush jungle, kind of like a forest. We saw a big ocean, and we saw what it's like in a deep ocean. And we kind of saw, I'm thinking of what else? Like we got a shot of like these little huts that are like kind of on the water, which you kind of see like I'm thinking geographically, like you see areas like that in like the Maldives. Do you know where the Maldives are?
Yeah.
No.
So that was one of my first thoughts. We know from sources that this region is based off of Indonesia, at least most likely.
Yep.
But I really like how many different environments we are showing, because this is something that Scarlet and Violet had nothing of. It felt like all the land was the same. You get the DLC, which is Kitakami, which you add maybe a little bit more variety. But really, when you look at the landmass, not much really changes throughout Scarlet and Violet. And so I can see this being a big selling point with this new region, which, by the way, we don't know the name of the region unless there's a leak of it, but we don't know the name of the new region. But I really like that they're trying to highlight these different environments and, like, I guess you could say biomes to a degree, but that's something that I really wanted to make sure gets noted.
You're not wrong. I was about to say that was like a really big thing that I really didn't look at. I was too busy looking at the Pokemon and how all of them look great, especially on the Switch. Especially with the rumors of a lot of Pokemon getting redesigns, a lot of them look good. If that rumor is true, if those redesigns are those Pokemon we just saw, they look great.
Regarding the Pokemon that we saw in the trailer, I'm thinking. I didn't
Cyclops,
notice
Tropius,
anything like
Tangela.
too eye-catching. Like we know, obviously we saw Slugma, we saw Tangela, we saw Tangrowth. Well, you're implying that Tangrowth is in it.
Yeah, Tynamo.
We saw. You can help me out. What are
Which-
other Pokemon?
Tynamo,
Which
Maybe
Tropius in it?
Wailord.
Wailmer.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wailord.
Some of those Pokemon were life size. If you notice, Wailmer was like really small compared to Wailord. Wailord looked massive. Like even in the deep ocean, he took up maybe a fourth of like if you're looking
Oh,
up at it in the world scene, it's taking up two of them are taking up majority of that screen.
And also, I just thought of this too. We should mention that the two Pikachus that you saw at the start of the trailer, it turns out they're actual forms. So let me get the names again real quick because I forget.
It was like Windy Chew and Wavy
Wavy
Chew. Or
Chew.
Yeah,
something like
Mr. Windy Chew and Ms. Wavy Chew.
that.
Thoughts?
They're not even married.
So I'm thinking. So originally, I thought it would be like like Pikachu Edition, where you have like a Pikachu as your partner, which could be true, but it could also maybe be like the professor's assistant instead of a human. It's
wait,
Oh,
no,
that's a
that
good
sounds
idea.
so correct.
Like,
no, I hear that and I just don't disagree.
and then
Could be like
or it could be like your rival's like pet Pikachu or something that has a pivotal role. Because like think about it, in the Pokemon anime, there was an episode called the Pikahuna, where this trainer has like this super cool Pikachu. You have Richie with Pikachu as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm thinking there might be some correlation with a human character. It's definitely on the protagonist side. I don't think it's an antagonists, but it's either the professors or like your rival, but rivals don't really exist in Pokemon games, so I'm gonna just say it's like one of your friends. Or it's like how Legend ZA had like the Pokemon as like the group Pokemon. Maybe it's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just spitballing, but like there's a lot of ideas that they could go with and that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with that, I think now we come to our final question.
Yeah.
What starter are we choosing?
Can you
I
tell
gotta
me the
see.
names
I gotta
again?
get
I
another
already
image
forget.
of all of them.
I forget all the names.
So Brout is the grass type, Pombon is the fire type, and Gekwa is the water type.
So I
But this
stick
is
with my
difficult.
trend. For me personally, I always choose the starter at the reveal trailer. I do not look at anything else for a long time. Like, for example, Fuecoca, I chose that from the start, and I'm so glad I did. But then the year before, I chose Sobble, and I was so disappointed. Like, I still like Inteleon, but I was still very upset with how Sobble turned out.
Waxy was pretty good, though.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I already forget the
Here,
water
you know
type's
what? I can start. All right, I'll start.
Mm-hmm.
After watching today's trailer, this opinion is very first impression based. I think the overall collection of starters that we have, based on their first form, is not the worst, but not the best. I would say I have no hate or no extreme love for either one. But on a day one impression, the Pokemon that struck out to be the most is Pombon. This is the Pokemon that I think looks, not for me at least, maybe the most interesting, but I can totally see, like, I just get good vibes when I look at it. And I can totally see this being a fire type that I can enjoy. What it evolves into, we got no clue. But as of day one of knowing about Generation 10 for real, I'm going to say Pombon is my starter.
I know my
stays on
choice.
4 legs. I do not want to turn humanoid. We do not need another one.
I've been seeing like Undertale and Deltarune memes regarding Pompon, like of just like the dog like Temmie in like the night suit, like
Looking huge and just smiling.
yeah. I feel like they could go a non-serious route with that the Pomeranian Pokemon.
I mean, it already looks
My
crazy.
Pokemon that the Pokemon, I kind of made my choice after kind of ruminating a little. After just looking over all the facts of what we've seen so far, and I feel like the memes kind of played a big part in not my
Fair.
decision,
That's what it takes
but
for you to
like
get it to like it. Go ahead.
but like based on everything, originally I was kind of like, oh, the water star looks like a littlest pet shop character. It's all right. I'm more of a cat. I'm more of a cat guy, so like Sprigatito is more my calling rather than Pombon, but Pombon is also equally adorable, so I had to go with the Angry Bird. I think it's absolutely hilarious. Like immediately the first thing I saw when I saw that Pokemon was the red Angry Bird. And
Yeah.
like you could color swap it and it would fit right in.
So you're picking Brow.
Yeah.
Bro,
Like normally
that's
I always
fair.
go with the cute Pokemon, and I really want to go with like the water starter. But like
Mhm.
it's the Angry Bird. When are you ever going to choose
It's
that
the
in a
red
Pokemon?
angry bird.
Yeah, so I gotta stick with my gut, and normally I choose like from the majority, like 3/4 of the Pokemon games, I've chosen water type Pokemon as my starter, just because I think the designs are usually very good and consistent. But like this is like one of the exceptions right now.
Yeah. All right, and like, look, I also really like I will go on a limb. I do not like Pombon or whatever its name is. I forget its name.
Hot take.
Or I don't
Day
like
one.
small
Only
dogs.
day one.
Okay, every little dog I see just reminds me of the. I do not like that. I want to punt all of them to the moon. I'm not copying MNJTV because he already said that. There was a clip of him saying, "I want to punt it to the moon." So I want to field goal half of them. Oh, but it's down to what's this water type again, Jared? I already forgot how to say it. Something get
Hold on.
Q.
I will sound it out.
Mm-hmm.
Gekwa.
Gekwa.
Like you
There
know
we
the
go.
word
Gekwa.
aqua. You know the word aqua.
Aqua. Gekwa. And Brout.
Gekwa as in like aqua.
Yeah.
So it's
Gekwa.
between Brout and Gekwa. For this video, I want to say Gekwa. But for personally, I want to say Brout. So I'm in between. But generally, they're my two favorites so far. After seeing Brout look like not only the Angry Bird, but also Anthony Davis, I can't unsee it. The brow is just too big. It's too funny. But at the same time, Gekwa. I said it right, Gekwa. It looks really cute. I really like the idea. But also at the same, like it's a very hard choice. I'm gonna have to say it. I'm choosing grass this year. I have not chose grass since Gen 4.
Good pick.
And
It's a first.
I'm going Brout. I'm going Brout. I have to go Brout. Like I'm naming him Red. I don't care if he's green the entire way. His name is Red.
Yeah. Do you think it's
That's
going to
it.
evolve into Terrence and just be green?
If it's a giant ass Terrence.
I could see it being like an
Oh my
Incineroar
God.
type of like final evolution.
Incineroar plus Terrence? Uh-oh.
Oh no, a masculine bird.
That would be
No.
awesome. Like I'm always usually for like the cute Pokemon stuff.
Mhm.
That's just the kind of person I am. But
Yeah.
like this is like one of the exceptions for me. Like I
Yeah.
really like how Brout looks in this. Like
He's too
even if it
memey.
didn't look like, it's just like I also like one of the first mobile games I ever played in my life was Angry Birds. So for me, there's some
Yeah.
like sentimental value. So I think that's
Yes.
also part of it.
Yeah. This doesn't mean we all like outside of me with Pawbon, we do not discreetly hate Pokemon. I'm willing to give Pombon the chance after I beat the game.
After I beat the game. All right.
After. Because I always replay the games in the future. I'm always willing to play with all of them down the line. But for right now, the chart, like, I think we all locked in our starters for our first rundown and everything like
Day
that.
one. Yep,
Day
our
one.
Day one impression.
I might change my mind just in case.
Probably will.
To Gekwa, probably. They're too close. Like both of them are this close, and then Pombon's like down here. It's all very close. I'm more nervous about Pombon getting on hind legs and becoming another Incineroar type situation and being a little awkward with its design and being more humanoid. So that I'm a little nervous about that. That's the only thing I'm nervous about. But if it has a good typing, I'll gladly change my mind. Like for right now, just going off looks. That's that. I think that's our choices.
With that concludes our discussion.
Yeah, I think this is American Eagle. Hit the squall.
Yeah, that's my fault.
No, that was funny. But alrighty guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hopefully you guys are excited for everything that was just revealed as much as we are.
Chatter down below.
Yeah, chatter down below.
Chatter down below.
Chatter down below what you guys, the starter you guys are going to choose, because this is a big decision. Look, we threw out there because we have nothing else better to do. So why not? Chatter down below what you guys are going to choose a starter from as of right now. And then chatter down below what you guys want to see from us more of. Expect more content coming out. Expect Legends EA being out very soon. And expect the Fire Red Let's Play started soon. Because that's me. That's just me. Unfortunately, Jared is not interested. Chris said go for it. Man. We're doing it. So expect ZA, more Infinite Fusion, and Fire Red. And with that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Chatter down below, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
And have a happy Pokemon Day.
Yes, have a great Pokemon Day.